Watch the officer walking in from the left. He was never dispatched to this call. The child being carried toward him is 3 years old, and he has stopped breathing. Granbury, Texas. The 12th of October, 2016, a minute before 7 in the evening. This dash camera recording has been watched tens of millions of times. And almost every version of it leaves out what was actually wrong with this child. We have removed the original audio in full. Everything you hear from here is ours. Start with what the re-uploaded version tells you. A title card in one line. A father calls 911 because his 3-year-old son is not breathing. That is true, and it is very nearly the whole of the story that gets carried.
Here is what it leaves out. Brayden Geis was not choking. He was having a febrile seizure, a convulsion driven by fever, and that single distinction changes almost everything about what you are watching.
This is the drive-in. Granbury is a town of about 10,000 people in Hood County, roughly 35 miles southwest of Fort Worth. The family were in the car park of a Kentucky Fried Chicken. An ambulance was dispatched to them. It was several minutes out. And here is the detail that a 15-second clip can never carry. Officer Chase Miller was not sent to this call. Police and emergency medical services in most American counties run on separate radio channels, which means the nearest officer very often has no idea at all that a medical emergency is unfolding 200 yards away from them.
Miller was scanning the ambulance channel. He was, at that exact moment, driving past the restaurant. He turned in.
The Texas House of Representatives would later put it in a single clause. He was not dispatched to the scene, but he was nearby, and he arrived before the paramedics. 7 o'clock, near enough. About 60 seconds after the call, Brayden is carried out of the restaurant and handed straight to him.
Stop here. This is the handover, and it is the most important second in the whole recording. A 3-year-old, limp, passing out of a parent's arms and into a police officer's. No ambulance on scene. No equipment yet. Just a man who happened to be listening to the right radio channel.
Here is the handover again, slowed down. It takes under 3 seconds. Brayden's mother, Bethany Hoover, later told reporters that his fever had spiked too quickly. That is exactly the mechanism of a febrile seizure. It is not how high the temperature climbs that sets one off. It is how fast it gets there.
And the great majority of febrile seizures are terrifying and completely harmless. The child convulses, it stops, they come round. This one was different because at the end of it, Brayden was not breathing.
What happens next takes about 2 minutes, and almost none of it is visible on this camera. Miller carries him round to the grass on the far side of the patrol car and goes down on his knees. From this point, the tree and his own bonnet hide very nearly everything. That is not an editing choice of ours. It is where the camera was pointing. Here is what the department says he did. He started cardiopulmonary resuscitation himself. Then he did something that anyone who teaches this for a living will recognize instantly. He handed the chest compressions over to Brayden's father, talked him through them, and went for a breathing mask.
Think about what that actually takes. You are the only trained person on the scene. You have a child in front of you who is not breathing, and you deliberately give the compressions away to a frightened 21-year-old so that you can free your own hands.
It is also the correct call. Compressions that never stop are worth more than compressions delivered by the best trained hands present. 2 rescuers working together beat 1 rescuer doing everything in sequence. So what you're looking at for these 2 minutes is 2 men on the ground behind a tree. One of them a police officer. One of them a father being coached through the worst moment of his life.
Second pause. And this time, look at what is not in the picture.
There is no ambulance in this frame. No fire crew. No stretcher. No oxygen. No monitor. The Granbury Volunteer Fire Department and the ambulance are both still on their way.
Everything that saves this child happens before any of that arrives. A pair of hands, a plastic mask, and about 2 minutes. That is the entire argument for teaching CPR to people who are not paramedics.
After roughly 2 minutes, Brayden started breathing again. You can read it in the body language on this pavement before you can read it anywhere else. People stop pacing. Now, let us deal properly with the part the viral version skips, because if you have small children, this is the genuinely useful section of this video. A febrile seizure is a convulsion brought on by a rapid rise in body temperature, usually during a completely ordinary infection. A cold, a virus, an ear infection. The fever itself is not the danger. The speed of the climb is what tips a young brain into a seizure. The numbers are worth carrying around in your head. Between 2 and 5% of all children will have at least one. The peak age is 12 to 18 months, and around 40% of the children who have one will go on to have another. Published pediatric guidance is consistent about what to do, and most of it is about what not to do. Note the time the seizure starts. Get the child onto a protected surface and onto their side. Do not try to restrain them, and never put anything into their mouth.
Call an ambulance if it runs past 5 minutes, or if the child is not coming round properly afterwards, or, as here, if they stop breathing. We are describing published guidance. We are not giving you medical advice. If you want to be useful in a room like this one, go and take a certified course.
And the reason one bystander matters this much is sitting in the survival figures. More than 5,000 children have an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest in the United States every year. Fewer than 1 in 10 of them survive to leave hospital. Bystander CPR started immediately, roughly doubles that. 6 days later, Officer Miller was given the department's life-saving award. Brayden was there. And then there's the detail that sent this around the world. Brayden's favorite program was Paw Patrol. His favorite character in it is a police dog. The dog's name is Chase. The officer who saved him is called Chase Miller.
So Miller brought him the toy. And by the following day, according to his mother, he was carrying on as though nothing had happened at all.
7 months after that, on the 23rd of May, 2017, the Texas House of Representatives formally commended him. House Resolution 2241, filed by Representative Lang. Its wording is worth quoting exactly. The prompt, expert intervention by Officer Chase Miller averted a potential tragedy, and his performance in a crisis situation reflects admirably on the police department with which he serves.
That resolution is also where the medical fact finally sits plainly on the public record. A 3-year-old boy who had suffered a seizure and stopped breathing. Not choking. A seizure.
The whole thing, end to end on the clock. Chase Miller is still listed today on the Granbury Police Department's patrol roster. Brayden Geis would be around 13 years old now. The original dash camera recording is a Texas public record made by the Granbury Police Department, whose badge has been in the top corner of every frame you have watched. Our commentary, our graphics, our score, and both of these voices are original and synthetic. If that was worth your time, subscribe. We break down one piece of dash or body camera footage a week, and we tell you what the viral version left out.